giving all honor and glory unto our Creator. Hallelujah. Greetings, family. I pray all is well with each one of you on today. I am actually about to share a video that I'm going to speak to. I've shared it many times of the account surrounding melanin and how it actually works and the different lineup as far as the attributes. And this lady, which happens to be white, is telling us about our melanin. And I love the way how she is speaking on it, because she's definitely bringing truth. And I'm just excited for it. So one moment, please. Okay, so what I'm about to show you now is actually the breakdown surrounding eumelanin versus pheomelanin. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the key to us, accelerating our being in a level of, moving forward, we're going to need to know thyself. And this is a big reason to understand this is tying us back to our Creator, okay? Okay, so the eumelanin and the pheomelanin are two types of melanin. The pigment that determines the skin and the hair and the eye color in humans. Okay, so the eumelanin produces brown, dark to black pigments, while the pheomelanin produces red to yellow pigments. So I've given you all a spectrum, and on the spectrum, it's just pointing towards the eumelanin and then the pheomelanin, what's in between that makes up what we now know the color of the Mexican, the Asian, the Hispanics, the Arabians. That what is in between, they have melanin, but they can point to both eumelanin, pheomelanin, but their skin color looks more in so many ways pheomelanin, but they do have some percentage of melanin. Okay, so it says here that the amount and type of each melanin presents in an individual determines their skin and hair. So as I said, the amount, so we can look at this as a percentage. However, they want us to just stay on the surface. This is all they want us to know about this. That's it. But what I said in previous videos, that the Most High led me to go deeper, because this is going to explain, this is going to have us come to a place to understand that how we are considered chosen is by being the descendants of the originals. And even though one can say the Mexicans are descendants and the white people are descendants, but what put us at the closest to the descendants is how we look, the manifestation of our melanin, and that will points back and put us closer. So that's how ones are able to separate and say, well, you all are black and we are white, or we are brown. It's because of that. But on the scale of this hierarchy, according to them in this power system of the system, they chose that the whites at the end of the spectrum, which is the pheomelanin, will have this higher status on this what one may call a pyramid, and the ones in the middle, they will hold a higher status than the ones which is called the eumelanin at this end, okay, which is the darkest. And this is how they've been playing it all along, even though they use the ones in the middle to manipulate the system and to actually, come in a manner towards us in so many ways. But at the end of the day, the ones at the very end, which is the pheomelanin from this side, can care pretty much less. They just want a middle person to keep things, moving. So Asians have came before and said that they have been manipulated to be in the middle and to be the one, to cut us off for what angle. And also their Puerto Ricans or Hispanics people have said that as well. But now a lot of them waking up to know that they've been played, in this lineup. And it's very interesting. Okay, fam, so the next video you're going to see is what I explained earlier, where she is breaking it down about the attributes and why we are held in this high regard, because our makeup, our genetic, our biological makeup. And this would make sense when ones get to a place to understand that just us being, like when they speak of the Israelites, oh, we're chiseled out. Well, all black people have this. So that makes it to whereas it's broader than we want to actually may understand. But of course you want to go by the Bible and say it's an infallible word of the Most High. But as you go deeper, you're going to see that what they said, that they have been inspired to write. And once you study that, how many years, up to hundreds of years, thousands of years before certain things was documented, and put in a book or what compiled to be the Bible. And you start seeing contradictions in there as well. And I did a video on that. And if you all want to look that up, it's called, I want to say it's 5,000 contradictions of the Bible between the Old Testament and the New Testament. And you will see that when the Most High guided me through the Bible, once I knew who we were, I was shown, things pertaining, which was when Father said that you will find me in the Bible through the elders that were in South Africa, which I will talk about that one day as well, that called them up on the mountaintop and told them that from this point on, that Father was not going to speak with them anymore, because Father spoke to them through a cloud, and Father told them that there will be prophets and ones that will manifest of different things that will come. Okay, and I've shared that as well. And the account came from a prince from South Africa, which was called back in the timeline Anzania. All right, so now what you see here is this lady who's speaking in reference to all what I've been talking about. And I'm just trying, because actually I'm driving, but let me get this. One moment, fam. And where she's going to start, I want to say she's going to start talking about Africa.
Africans, especially those carrying ancient bloodlines from regions like Egypt, Ethiopia, and beyond, they carry some of the oldest, most uncorrupted source DNA on the planet. They also have a profound spiritual technology encoded within their bodies. Their melanin, their frequency fields are extremely strong and resilient to manipulation. The melanin, for example, it's not just pigmentation, it's a complex antenna for higher frequencies and interdimensional communication. It binds light and sound frequencies to matter better than almost anything else in human biology. The dark, the people that serve the darkness, they target Africans so heavily because their DNA has the highest regenerative and cosmic memory potential. If fully activated, they would overthrow the parasitic systems almost effortlessly. And so they're often natural harmonizers of the planetary grid, especially the sacred nodes and the ley lines. Thus slavery, medical experiments, engineered wars, poisons, these were not accidents. They were precision operations to destroy a lineage that could awaken the planet before the dark realized their goals. But understand, Africans, especially those carrying ancient bloodlines from regions like Egypt, Ethiopia.
So she's just repeating what she said. So that speaks volume, fam. Now that just one level or one layer of it is so much more to our makeup, which it speaks of it that we are as what is a semiconductor, how we are actually the sun. That's why even though what we say we are black or we are dark skinned, we actually hold and consume this light that comes from the sun. And it's like we eat the sun in so many ways. And so it's just so much to our makeup. And ones who don't have these attributes, they have played it down. And she is like one of many white people, not that many, but one of many or whatnot, who have came forth and shared truth about this. So for those who want to still think and believe that the Israelites are just ones that are chiseled out and the rest of black people on the earth they're not us in so many ways, that's not true. They actually bring forth the same attributes. So imagine on this earth, everyone had the same attributes that were black, right? Because they were just black people. And so now if one want to say that Father have chiseled out the Levites and so much like the priesthood and whatnot. So when you go and you study Kemet, you'll see that they had temples there, that all these things that they said took place in the land they call Israel today actually happened in the heart of Kemet. All the temples, all those kings that they pointed to was pointing back to the pharaohs, real pharaohs. Some could have been where they could have add to it or took away from it, but don't lose sight, fam. Our melanin will be the main thing that will vindicate us. The world will know us because as they knew to capture us and do all these things to us, they will know that they will point to say, well, these got to be the people because they're resilient. They are amazing, magnificent. They just bring forth just, all this, what they, know how to show love, even though all this have happened to us. We are able to manifest or bring forth like inventions, all the inventions that basically came, and if we want to give them a window of a 1 or 2% of them that came up with anything, well, that's 98% of our people was innovative. And what they say they came up with, did they actually got downloads and came up with it, or they got it from a black person who the download came to and they stole the idea? You understand? Because it plays a part with your pineal gland. It plays a part with how we are in tune and intuitive and all that which we points to the cosmos and we points to our creator. And I'll share some more things that speaks that how we are more spiritually connected. And all what they did, think about it, and this should make sense to you. All what they did is came and brought another God to us, because our people in Africa and through the earth already knew of our creator. But in that timeline, it's as if Father removed the favor from us. So when they brought this new, what they call Jesus Christ into the mix, we're like, oh, well, this is the return of our way back to our creator. No. It was a fake. It was a farce. It was a lie to get us to start like even, taking us further into damnation, but to have us not to know thyself and to know our capabilities. So go deeper for those who say I am an Israelite and I believe that, we are just chiseled out. We're chiseled out. We're not the same as everyone else on the earth. We are special in the most high eyesight. We're this, we're that. Well, all these dark people, which Eumelanin people throughout the earth have the same attributes. And we can tap in it accordingly as we go through the pathway to get to where we need to be. And that's unto our source, our creator. Everyone, or those who say they have tapped in, you have to ask them, what did they take? What did they do? They claim that, they're tapped in, that they can go to the spiritual realm, this astral projection. You have to ask, just ask, how did you get there? What happened? Did Father particularly chose you to actually experience this? Do you take psychedelics? Do you take some type of form of drugs? Did you take melatonin to whatever degree that is entwined with our melanin that comes from us as black people? What did you do? See, these are things, a conversation one might not be ready to have. These are conversations that one may say, well, that is just an area. Well, I don't want to, talk about. No, we have to talk about these things because the truth must prevail. The truth must prevail. And factual stuff. You understand? Not no my opinion stuff. Factual stuff. They're not going to use someone else's melanin that they don't feel that equivalent to them. Ones may say, well, it's synthetic. We use melanin. We use this substance, like the young lady who got injections and she darker than me. Let's be for real. They're extracting our melanin and they're using it. It was said by one of our black scholars who have studied this lineup, said that it's over 100 pills or 100 substance that they can take that is made of our melanin. So many ways that they could go about doing it. They could actually procreate with a black person, have babies that make the melanin in their children for their legacy to continue. They could actually get injections, and they may not and they can get where they can tan better but not as dark. But if they ever need to go that route to get dark, they got the studies to prove that they're ones that walking around that are dark skinned, but they were blonde and the same color this one right here before us. It's proof. It's proof out there. It's proven. So see, it's not cool to be dark right now or black right now, right? But as this unfolds, see, a lot of them in their mind, they think they're going to be getting over and get into another lineup and say, well, no, I've been this way all along. No, Father know who and what and how. So it's very important to understand. That's why they need to go before the Most High and seek the matter out. And a lot of them probably already know. For her to know is that much about us, trust me, they know about themselves. She knows about themselves, whether they teaching themselves or not. Just to understand why did you all, that gene, that two genes that came forth that made you all different than the mass majority of the earth, because the mass majority of the earth is black. Or they are a higher percentage than they are. You understand? So just an account, just to put forth this out there for those who still entwine and thinking that the Bible, when it speaks of, the chisel out and, no one from Africa or their, ones from Africa called the Igbos, the Ethiopians, the Limba. Oh yeah, they the true chosen people, or the Bantu people, some of them up in there. Oh, they the true chosen, but everybody else ain't it. They're ham. It's a lie. We all of that lineup that we are the closest to our ancestors, right? And the whole goal of many of the Caucasian or the Eumelanin was to rid us off this earth so they can enjoy without us. That was one time a goal and still is, to my understanding. But the truth is then how they going to actually, they can say, well, we can come up with this lineup and be synthetic and use this to adapt to this earth. Because if the sun is not giving them the darkness to protect them, our skin is protecting us from the sun UV rays. If the sun is not giving them, they're not making through as far as the melatonin, the serotonin, melatonin that makes up the eumelanin every night, the melanin every night, then where are they going to get it from? So at the deep of the deep, like, we still need the black folks. We can't get rid of all of them because we still extracting stuff from them and using it, even though we don't look like them yet or not looking like them. But at this point, but we need them in order to even adapt in this very same day that we listen to. And I'm going to share another video about Elon Musk speaking of that the sun is getting hotter. And that just came out about a week ago. And I'll share that in another video. So this will be melanin, talk about melanin part 1. And then I'll go in and talk about a little bit more. All praises to the Most High. Giving the Most High honor and glory. Matanda fam in Ghetto.